It's a lot of different factors, so it's kind of good to just finish strong, and we got a good start to the season, or a good way to finish it out.
One of the questions I was listening to your post game yesterday, you talked about the interception to Olave, how it was, you took ownership of that. It showed that leadership, and I think that's what has a lot of people in the organization have talked about you from the jump, going back to the draft in April. Where did your leadership style kind of come from? How did you develop that over the years?
I mean, with my position, I touch the ball every single play, so the success, failure of the play is, is a result of that in some shape or fashion. So as part of it, I accept all the responsibility for those failures and the interceptions, stuff like that happens, miscommunication. But for me, I was just kind of proud of how we kind of all rallied. And as far as leadership, I think that's one thing that I think our team has shown and grown in, and that's just being authentic and being ourselves and finding that way.
When you hear your guys like, Cam saying what he said after the game, and just what does it mean when you hear those veterans kind of rallying behind you? Like
come to the Dome, or they turn on the TV, and just kind of who we are as a team.
I appreciate it, Tyler. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, man. Back to you, Joel.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. And thank you, Tyler. And
do you hear what he just said, Joe? I want to show them that we fight.
Exactly. I was going to say.
I want to show them that we fight. Very important words right there.
And a lot of times when a guy is as tall as he is, he's a legit 6'5". They're not as athletic. He's got wheels.
Yes, he does.
He's a really good athlete.
Yesterday.
Yeah, he's a really good athlete. De'Aaron Fox turns it over. You got to make him pay. Mike on one side, and another that got away. That's the fourth or fifth blown layup for the Pels, down by 14. And Carter Bryant.
The thing is, you have to dunk the basketball.
Right. And we've said it regularly on the telecast. You've got to get between at least double figures, upwards of 15. As Carter Bryant can't convert the three-point play. Right now, the Pels are 2 of 10. Spurs are 7 of 10 of their triples in a 16-point game. So right there, 15 more points. Corner 3. De'Aaron Fox gets it out. Herb's waiting for it, though.
Still.
Yep. And Jose on the flyby. Micah gets in. He's got Carlo. Herb off the pick. And right to the rack, and another blown layup. Man, that's a lot in the first half alone.
This is what happens with blown layups.
You got it.
Blown layups end up with wide open because the floor is out of balance.
You got it. 18-point game. Corner 3. Herb got a little nudge, and Tyler averaging 112. And that's up, don't forget. Jeremiah all the way to the hole, and he got the roll.
A lot of contact.
Yep, played through it. And his T, you got it.
Yeah, because it's a lot of contact.
Yeah, played right through it. Scott Foster, T, and the Pels playing catch-up early tonight. And that was the case in Brooklyn. So they're down by 17. Can they tighten things up at that end of the floor?
And it starts at the point of attack, Joe. Containing the basketball. Again,
Castle gets a layup.
Containing the basketball.
Right.
That's where everything starts in the NBA. If you can't contain the basketball, you can't defend.
Right. Starts out front. It's the perimeter. Once it breaks down, as you point out, then you're in scramble mode. They wanted to cut. Jeremiah didn't get the whistle. And Dylan Harper's got the ball for Champagny. And does it take it away? No, like everything else. Although Johnson, and he's going to the line on a foul.
Right, and as a team, you're not playing very well. And when the whistles aren't going your way, it simply adds to the frustration.
Now here's the last take by Jeremiah. So he beat. Remember when he was added to the 2020 Olympic basketball team, won a gold medal. So he splits a pair. It's a 20-point deficit early tonight. And that's a lot of points. So early in the first half. Trey battling with Champagny. And with the left hand.
And now, this is something they should stay with, right? Getting Trey Murphy some pin down action.
Champagny.
To attack the rim because there's no rim protection.
Now Harper.
It's a nice move.
Yep. Got by Fears. 51 on 56% shooting. That'll get you every time. Inside of 8 to play in the half. Carl looked inside. Sadiq will go inside.
That's the thing. You can attack the rim.
Good take. Yeah, right. Cornette's on the sideline.
Right, with no Cornet, obviously no Victor Wembanyama, but it's going to come down to getting stops on this end, too.
Call against Carlo. Are they going to say the arm was wrapped?
And Stephon Castle was doing the same thing that we see Jeremiah Fears do.
Right.
Because that's a layup. This is after a made.
Spurs went 34 and 48 last year. They finished 13th in the West, but I said at the top of the telecast, they are doing it the right way. They're developing their own. Mitch Johnson now. Last time that happened, it was the Wolves. Andrew Wiggins in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns 2016, and that 2016 team, they struggled with Zach LaVine and Ricky Rubio on that team for Minnesota. It's a reach. And the old Bronx.
There were a couple calls that went against you.
Right.
Now you want to continue to attack that rim.
Put it on them. 10 on the clock. Waiting for Trey, but now you're deep into the clock. And on the spin, Sadiq keeps it alive for the putback.
Right now they're playing, basically, the Spurs have 5 guards out there right now. So now, the thing is, if you want to switch everything now, it's a little bit easier. But you got to contain the basketball.
That's an easy run on the baseline.
That's one dribble, Joel, and he's at the front of the rim.
Keldon Johnson on the dunk, and Carlo with the answer.
It comes a point where you have to care more about defense than you do about scoring.
You got to get stops. Can't play the sieve defense, can you? And it's going to be a call on Carlo. No, a timeout for Mitch Johnson. So time.
The first half. A Doncic 3 that got them off to a 20-point pocket pass. Finney Smith, an open 3. Pippen, made per game. Payne spins away from Vincent, faces up from the field. Leans in, fades over Pichamura. A Huff 3. Doncic cutting Jackson over Finney Smith, 3-point deficit. 4. Finney Smith, a 2-pointer. Dama, a Williams 3.
The way back into the game, and another thing that we all would have been able to give him credit.
He is now 3 of 4 for being.
Kennard and Williams. A Jaren Jackson.
Jaren's 13 coming here.
Doncic pushing Jackson against James.
A little step through the left hand.
Famous St. Louis University Billups. Fish, I hope to check. Yes, you did.
Good look ahead here.
Run out. Morant against LeBron James. Goodwin. Shot clock for James. In traffic.
Jump ball.
In the lane. Hangs. It's up. Junior's in. Pippen is in for Jackson and Bain. Each goes to the goal to a trailing Jim.
I just saw him grab the back of his
Vincent, an extra pass. A Finney Smith goes at Vincent. Fires.
Freeze with a body blow. Good block.
Misses. Edie offensive rebound. James, a baseline jumper. Pippen.
With 2 turnovers.
But it ends up in the hands of Finney Smith. Finney Smith guards Jackson. Doncic.
Bryce is getting better with every rep. Man.
Bridges did a good job screening.
5 to shoot. Faces up and hit.
Cornette, the lead blocker.
Hayes was pushed in the back by Doncic with a fake. Clutch J comes up short. Edie trying. Reeves sets up Finney into all time when that happens.
Scoring against his Lakers team because the other ball's going to be.
A step back 3. Austin Reeves. Foul line jumper. Back iron. Finds Wells.
You see a little
foul problems. Lakers.
One of the differences now was that Edie out.
Smith hits the base. Bango under wraps for that. Backs him down. For than 10 points. Last year, Jackson Hayes contact 53% from the line. Finney Smith an angle 3. Not even free throws the rest of the way.
Free throw line, a 3-point line.
When they hit 120 points, but pass Wells for 3.
But he's back on the floor, so it's a game or 2 away.
LeBron, the dump, a step back 3.
No. He's definitely got to get a stop here.
The foul to give. Reeves floats.
Fox on this franchise. That means a lot. Trey can't
And the
get
Grizzlies
the
will. And there's not a lot of practice time. So Houston tries. Bain fouls
Everyone else.
Yeah, Fox will take
issue at all with how the game was affected, and you have to be able to make plays.
Of the last 6.
Making him get back to the other guy.
Bain again. Even a rebound to Doncic. Reeves. Bain 9 points here in the period. By third quarter. Shot clock down to 7. Doncic drives, draws.
but they're still down.
Statistically, numbers haven't changed much.
22
Morant drives against Finney-Smith. Wells to the free throw line. 83% from the strike.
Any type moves, they don't need one of their other guards, either Desmond Bain or Jalen.
This is what I mean about being
Pat from deep.
intentional in attack.
That's his first bucket of the game. Only his second attempt.
Edie.
To go on with 6 boards and a couple of dimes.
The coaches won't be mad at you for being aggressive.
Right.
Chamora. Jackson goes to the cup.
We're going to start to
Doncic
with push broken down on the perimeter with either De'Aaron Fox
Jackson
or
against
Fox.
James.
End of the clock for De'Aaron Fox on the inbounds.
Well,
Extra
Jordan
pass
Goodwin, the
gets through.
second most famous St. Louis University Billiken.
Jose.
Fish, I hope to check.
It's sure to tell you about it before the game, so.
Yes, you did.
Jumper, no good.
Derek,
Good look ahead here.
Run out, and a knockaway. And now a run out for Morant against LeBron James.
So he's not so far out, so it's not
Goodwin.
such a long delivery.
For the Grizzlies.
10 on the shot clock for James. In traffic.
The jump ball, you hope that Jaren's able to win.
The jump ball chance because of Cornette.
Limit. Morant, 3 seconds. In the lane, hangs, it's up. So Lamar Stevens is in, Vince Williams Jr. is in, Pippen is in for defenders there. 26 between Jackson and Bain. Morant gonna challenge Reeves, goes to the goal, to a trailing chip.
For this Grizzlies team, with unfortunately, I think I just saw him grab the back of his
James, Vincent, an extra pass, a Finney-Smith goes at Vincent, fires, better of it. Jaren in the lane. Reeves flares it out. Hachimura and open three.
What I'm talking about, cannot help at the basket from the corner.
Jackson against LeBron. Minutes into the fourth quarter. Morant drives on Reeves, banks it in.
Here for this Grizzlies team.
Morant, he attacks again. He hangs, misses. Edie offensive rebound. Back in the game. James, a baseline jumper. Hard and Vince Williams Jr.
Puts the deep bait back in the box.
Pippen.
Yeah, put it back in the
Grizzlies in the
box.
first half. The 2 turnovers.
Vince with a knockaway, but it ends up in the hands of Finney-Smith. Ties the game at 111. Finney-Smith guards Jackson.
Devin Vassell doesn't have the physicality to match up with it.
Doncic.
Cornette with a shot.
Again, so
Reason to keep him off the line. Doncic with a fake on the bounce against Vincent. A double clutch J comes up short. Edie trying. Reeves sets up Finney points tonight. Grizzlies 10-2 all time when that happens.
Got to continue with the scoring against this Lakers team. Another ball down.
The shot clock down to 5 for Reeves. A step back 3, Austin Reeves. Foul line jumper, back iron. Pippen on the bounce, finds Wells.
17 other triples.
Foul problems, Lakers.
Can't give up 74, can you? Whoa, deep triple. He can shoot.
One of the differences now with Zach Edey puts the Grizzlies in a tough position on throwbacks.
That wasn't too deep for Vassell.
LeBron James back in the game, feeds Doncic, up, under, and Lakers lead is 5.
You don't get snaps in.
Nice setup there, Luka. Nice lob.
Wells against Finney-Smith. Hits the bait. Put the bango under wraps for that. Backs him down in games decided by fewer than 10 points. Last year they led this in 10, and again they lead the league.
With LeBron James. So when you have players of that caliber, it just puts you in such
3 steals tonight. See how